Well, you're married with 3 kids.
Yeah.
And you have, what, 2 boys and 1 girl?
Yeah.
Okay. So if one of your kids, let's say one of your male sons, comes to you at 20, 23 years old and says, hey, Dad, this is my husband. We're engaged. We're going to get married next month, and I want you to be in the wedding.
Yeah.
What would you say?
My thing is like this. I don't, like, my brother's gay. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I don't condemn him. I don't look down on him for him being attracted to the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? That's something.
Same sex.
Yeah, or the same sex, excuse me. I don't condemn him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, we'll dialogue so that I can have a better understanding. Because I don't profess to be like, I got this all figured out and I know the way this should be. Like, I'm trying to read the Bible. I'm trying to have conversations with people, and I'm trying to understand, you know, the perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like anybody who wants to come at a person negatively, like if you was a Christian and you came at me negatively, then it's like, you're not giving me the grace and the space to be a learner. You know what I mean? Help me, you know, give me the space and the grace to learn. And that's how we move forward. You know what I'm saying? So you could point something out to me and say, hey, this is what it says, Lecrae. You should know better. You should know this. Well, you know, give me the grace and the space to take my time and understand the perspective on it and understand why these people think it this way. And it, like, that's the perspective I have. I'm more of a learner, and I give people the grace and the space as I'm processing and as I'm learning, you know, and just walk with people through that. You know what I mean? To just be a lifelong learner, man.
Okay, so your son asked you to be in his wedding with his husband. Would you do it?
My thing is this: I want to support my son and let him know that I love him. You know what I'm saying? Let him know that I care about him. So for me, it's not about, my son's gonna know it's not about a wedding. It's about, like, my dad being supportive of who I am as a person through and through. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about, do you agree with this decision or do you agree with this decision? You know what I'm saying? My son want to play football, not basketball. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bruh, I want you to play basketball. I want you to play football, but I love you. You know what I mean? So even if I prefer you play basketball, like, I love you, the person. So I'm gonna rock with you, the person, and I'm gonna walk with you. I'm gonna still be with you for the rest of your life. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, if it's some people that I've seen not go to weddings because they just didn't like the spouse. Was that okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like your spouse, or I don't like the fact that they older than you or younger than you. That's some preferential type of stuff. And I mean, like, give people the grace and the space to navigate that. Why he can't marry her? You know what I'm saying? Oh, because I think she a gold digger. Well, you know, walk through this. You know what I'm saying? Now, I get it from the standpoint of, like, is it wrong or is it right? And that's where I would say there's so much nuance to it for me in terms of, like, is marriage, are we talking it as a government sanctioned situation? Are we talking about 2 Christians? Because if it's 2 people who believe in the Bible and they hold into to what the Bible says, well, then now I'm like, okay, well, what do you believe the Bible says about this? If you don't believe the Bible, then why am I having this conversation with you? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you do what you want to do.
I mean, the Bible could be interpreted a million different ways. And, you know, you've seen the Bible be used to uplift people as well as condemn people.
Yeah.
You've seen, you know, the stories of giving and sharing. And then you've also seen people take the mark of Cain and interpret as being a black person.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Or, you know, you look at Sodom and Gomorrah, and you look at, you know, some of the anti-gay messages in that story.
Right.
And so forth. You know, if you want to interpret it that way, it could go a million different ways.
But that's if you really, see, that's my thing is like this. If you tell me, you know what I'm saying? If you say, man, do you think cussing is a sin? And you ask me that. Well, first question I'm gonna ask you is, do you believe the Bible? Do you believe in sin or not? If you say, I don't believe in sin, what does it matter what I think about cussing is a sin if you don't believe there's a sin or there's a no sin? So this is a mute conversation. Now, if you say, man, I really believe in the Bible, I'm trying to understand it better, what's your perspective on cussing? Then we can have a dialogue and there's grace and space for us to navigate it. But if that ain't what you believe, then we got to start with just, man, first of all, do you believe Jesus? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you believe in Jesus? If you don't believe in Jesus, then what are we talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that first. Then we can move forward in every other situation.